Man United. Kobe Mainu comes off when Fernandes has been sent off. Kobe Mainu comes off, and for well over a minute, Mason Mount hasn't even replaced him. He's on the touchline. Man United are down to 9 men. Eric Ten Hag hasn't made the sub.
Yeah.
That kind of summed up the situation.
They're clueless, mate. They're absolutely clueless. Get rid of them. They're all absolutely shocking. Right, time to take a look back at the weekend's refereeing decisions with talkSPORT Bet, which means it's time for this man to join us.
Talk is shocking.
Shambles.
Dermot O'Query.
Evening, Dun.
Evening, Dub.
Evening, Jace.
There he is.
How are you, Dub?
There he is.
You good, matey?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Very good. How are you, Jamie?
Yeah, we're all right, mate. We're all right. Look, you didn't have the worst week, so I won't completely hammer you. But, I mean, there's a few dodgy... I mean, it's 2 pages, mate, every time I speak to you. It is outrageous, really. But, look, let's talk about the big talking point, which was the red card for Bruno Fernandes. I heard you this morning on Ref Watch. You thought it was maybe a bit harsh. Just tell us what you think of that incident.
I think there's a few parts of it, James, as I said this morning. I think the referee doesn't see it. He's blocked off. You see him start to turn. The assistant flags it, so the referee reacts on that. And the assistant's obviously fed to him. He's high. It's got to be a red card. But when you see the assistant's angle, you see all he sees is Fernandes' back, and he sees him high, but he has no idea where the contact is. And I think that's where the mistake's made. That because the contact is not made anywhere near as high as people anticipate looking from that angle, and also, I just feel it's a glancing blow, Jamie. I don't think it's with any force or intensity.
But also, VAR can see that Bruno has slipped into it. That's changed an awful lot, because when you slip, he can't get anywhere near. Even if he did intend it, he can't get any power. He's not done it to hurt him. He's done it to trip him up. Silly decision to make, and he's paid the price. But VAR's got to come in here. VAR's got to say, look, he has slipped. Yes, he's caught him. You think he's caught him really high. It's halfway up the shin, but he's caught him with the side of his foot. It's a terrible decision.
Well, I think the key thing for me, Jace, is the fact you just alluded to it, that because he's slipped, he's got no force, he's got no intensity, he's got no momentum behind it. No. So it can't be the dangerous tackle that you first anticipate. No, but it's one of them that was not right.
Let down
Chris Kavanagh. Chris Kavanagh always seems to be on my list, doesn't he? He's always on the list somewhere.
Was he did he send off Declan Rice?
He did.
Yes,
he did.
Yeah.
So he sent off Declan Rice.
That's a red card, didn't he?
Straight
for the red.
He don't mess
Not
about.
messing about.
Kavanagh, mate.
Off your pop.
Honestly,
he's just rocketed up your list.
He's just always on the list, mate. Honestly, every week.
We should do a league table, shouldn't we? Sports bar league table of refs.
Yeah. Don't maybe bottom. Right, look, I'll go through a couple of incidents that I've seen over the weekend. Ones that I can remember. The Anthony Gordon one with Ederson. What's your take on that? Is there any way that VAR could say that he has dived?
I just think it's a penalty, Jamie, honestly, and I just can't see how you can give any other decision. The reason I say that is the goalkeeper comes sliding out. Once he comes sliding out, he knows what he's committed to. He's got to get the ball. And the only certainty is he doesn't get the ball. People say, there's always going to be a collision. But the collision is made because the goalkeeper going to ground and sliding out towards Gordon. And Gordon, people say he's been clever. But the goalkeeper's actually given the referee a decision to make.
Yeah, I think it's a pen. There's enough contact. Gordon's smart. He's clever.
Yeah.
Once Ederson goes to ground, he doesn't win the ball. Yeah, and there is contact. I totally agree. It's not red. It's a yellow card. But I totally agree, Dern, that it has to be a penalty. One that I think was a penalty. And if you look at the 2 incidences, I really do feel that Andy Madley should have given Crystal Palace a penalty. James Tarkowski. It's a really odd challenge to make when you're facing your own goal, going in like that. I thought it was a poor tackle. He gets some of the ball, but it was an ugly-looking challenge. I think he's a lucky boy, Tarkowski.
I have to say this is a really interesting decision, because as soon as it happened, I was sat next to another referee, and I said, "Oh, it's a penalty," and he went, "Why?" I said, "Well, he's jumped in." I said, "All right, you're going to say he's got a bit of the ball." But I just thought that was a bit of luck. But the colleague next to me said he didn't think it was a penalty at all, and it's really weird because I can see why the VAR hasn't intervened when two referees talk like that, but I'm with you. I think it's a penalty.
You must have been sat next to Howard Webb then if he didn't know what he was doing, if he wouldn't know whether to give a penalty or not. Shambles on him.
Leave Howard alone.
He was a good ref. What about the incident with Calafiori? Now, I watched this game. I think he gets away with one there, Derm. It's a second yellow, in my opinion.
Gets away with it, Jamie, because of this new interpretation that they've been hard and fast on this season. We've seen it. I said to someone, we see it with Burns of Ipswich. We saw it with Hughes of Palace, where they say, well, if he's not breaking up a promise and attack, you can't yellow card him. And the argument there is that Partey takes the ball straight away. The counter argument would be, is it a yellow card in its own right? Well, it's easy to say that, but I always believe that if you're going to second yellow somebody, it's got to be a definite, hasn't it? It can't be a maybe. So I think that's where he's got lucky.
I think he's lucky. I think he knows.
So lucky.
I think he thinks it is a dangerous attack. I think he feels it. He's lucky Partey's there.
Yeah.
No one does.
I agree with you. He is lucky at Partey there, because if Partey wasn't there, without doubt, he would have been sent off.
Okay. Let's talk Ipswich against Aston Villa. Sam Morsey, lucky boy, because there's one challenge before, the one that I felt was a definite second yellow, and Stuart Atwell kept his cards in his pocket. Can you explain why, in your opinion, was it a second yellow, the challenge that he put in, where I can't quite remember who it was. It was the challenge on.
The first one was on Tielemans.
Yes, it was. That one less so. The second one I'm talking.
And I think I described Clattenburg as the best referee for doing this. I think if this had been in Clattenburg's day, he would have hooked Morsey out then, and he would have said to him, look, I'm telling you, it's done it public in front of him. I'm telling you, that's your last chance. The next foul you go. And the benefit of that is when he then went in on Philogene, and he sends him off, everybody in the ground, including Ipswich fans, say, well, he's just told him.
He's a lucky boy.
But he didn't do that, and it gave him a bit of a licence.
Lastly, the Diego Jota one, Nelson Semedo, he can't really have any complaints with that one, can he, Durham?
He's giving a head.
Panic. Do you know,
wrong
Jamie,
side, isn't
he? You know that. You've played pro football. They've just got back into the game. It's come in the box. He's panicked, hasn't he? He's just grabbed for him. And he probably thought, as soon as he did it, why have I done this? But it's a penalty.
So no one booked for kicking the ball away this weekend, Durham, which is...
no one sent off.
Which is a
I guarantee you someone booked for kicking the ball away.
We need to keep an eye on that, mate.
Yeah, honestly, these refs. Just keep your cards in your pocket, Durham. Just tell the boys, get in a group chat and tell them, yeah? Chris Kavanagh, tell him to have a day off and put his cards away, all right? Because I'm sick of seeing him on the top of my list.
It's quite amazing, Jamie, isn't it, now? You're knocking refs for brandishing cards. I got knocked for not brandishing them. They used to ask me if I got any cards.
Top man, mate. Appreciate it.
Take care, both.
All right.
Mate, bye.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.